Today I'm going to do a interior review of the 2022 Corolla Cross. This is the L version, which is the base version. This thing is really beautiful inside. I mean, from a cosmetic standpoint, I don't know if I've seen a better looking vehicle. I know that sounds stupid, but I mean, this thing's cloth, but the way Toyota did this, really, they did a great job on it. So I'm going to go through some points of the interior that I think are absolutely exceptional. And then I'm going to point out some stuff that I think maybe they could have did differently. And then also some size limitations that are built in with the vehicle. So you don't really have a choice when you get a vehicle this small. You can't really complain about it, but just for your awareness, I'm going to show you like what it looks like to sit in the middle rear seat. I haven't seen a lot of videos that discuss that, but I have 3 kids, so when my 3rd kid sits in the middle, this vehicle's almost a no-go. So I want to go through some of that too. So let's get started. Okay, number one observation about this vehicle is the color inside of it. It's a very light gray, which I love. I'm so used to the dark grays or even the blacks. I have a black leather vehicle, and the thing gets so hot in the sun. But what also, the light color makes the vehicle feel so much bigger on the inside. It just feels a lot bigger. And it kind of looks kind of like upper level. But what I like about the seats here, if I go into the seats, is just these little things like the stitching. It looks very refined. So this fabric, I guess it's personal preference, but it looks more upgraded than just a regular. Like if you come to the side, sometimes the vehicles are just this regular fabric here, but this has kind of a really nice texture to it. And then they did the detailing here. It's very beautiful. It makes the vehicle look great. I'll get a shot of the back. It's really nice, so it gives it that upscale look. So kind of going on with that theme though, if you look inside, it's two-tone, light and dark, and they just hit it perfectly from the doors all the way over. How it runs across the vehicle, that center line of the gray and dark color mixing together, it looks great. And then if you'll look, they have some chrome finishes, which always gives it that upgraded look. And they're very subtly placed. You almost don't see them if you're not looking for them, but it's very well done. And it kind of ties everything together. Some people ask, well, what does it feel like? A lot of times hard surfaces get a bad rep. So in this case, this is hard as a rock. It's just molded in plastic. They have the grain texture in it. And same with down here. But if you come up here, it's a soft touch. It feels very nice. It's not too soft and not too hard. But in this vehicle, you don't even notice that. I mean, I actually like that it's the hard plastic here. I feel that it's going to be easier to clean, and it's just gives a nice look too. You can't even tell it's the hard plastic. And then you come down to the armrest, and they have pretty much just enough padding to make the difference. It's a very, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a very soft touch. So if you're putting your elbow on there, it feels very well too. So probably one of my only knocks on the interior, and this is like really surprising to me if I scroll around here, is this front armrest. There's a couple things wrong with it. First, it's made out of cloth. I could see this wearing down quickly. Even when I got it, I don't know if you can see that, but there's already like some spots here. I have no idea where that came from. The car's got 400 miles on it. So I just think this is gonna wear down. It's gonna get dirty. The other thing is, this is so small, and it looks just crazy cheap. Like all this is a piece of like cloth. It doesn't even look like it's cut straight, but whatever. It's super cheap looking. And then the other thing is, I had this in one of my other videos, this length of this is way too short. When you're driving and you have your arm on here and your elbow here, or even try to use this as an armrest, it doesn't even work. It's too short. And if you're a short person, you're going to be so far away from this. I'm almost 6 foot, and you can see how far back I need to put my seat, and look where the armrest is. If I was shorter and my seat was moved up, you wouldn't even be touching this. So that's a major knock for me on the interior. But everything else, I'm so impressed with this interior. I think it just absolutely looks beautiful. So they do have the soft text, which is, you can call it the fake leather, but that's also very nice. But for cloth, I'm impressed. One final note on the interior is I got these floor liners. They're the OEM. They're pretty nice. They go up a little bit on the corners. They have the nice texturing there that I really like. And then of course they have the COROLLA CROSS. What I don't like is if I come around to the rears, these things look super cheap. Look at this, man. They don't even fit. I'm like, I paid like $200 for this, and it doesn't even fit right. So as much as I like the fronts, look at this. The rears, they're just a horrible fit. So that's kind of a knock on the OEM floor liners. Here's the rear floor liner in the cargo area. It's actually done really well. I don't have any problem with it at all. It's got the cool COROLLA CROSS. It fits around very nicely. And it's actually pretty thick. It's pretty thick feeling. The only complaint I would have is it gets dirty incredibly fast. I don't even know what I put on here to make it this dirty, but again, you can clean it up pretty quick too, so it's not a big deal. That's kind of the whole point of the liner. So the liners overall, I mean, I give it probably a C+ or a B-, just because that middle, the rear seats are very, very sketchy. They're not very nice. I've had other vehicles where you come across and they would go all the way across that middle section where the hump is. And it makes a big difference, because if you have 3 people in here, that's going to continually get dirty because it's just cloth. So overall, you might even consider looking at a non-OEM floor liner for this vehicle. Okay, so the back row of the COROLLA CROSS, I was going to show you a little demo. I have 2 kids in it now. You can simulate if there's a third one there what it would look like, but I wanted to get a good film of this. So the person in the middle has the most uncomfortable seating position. You can see if he puts his feet on top of the middle hump, his thighs don't even touch the seat. It's very cramped. He's about maybe 5 foot tall, and he's already so tight. So if you put your feet off that, so if he puts his feet off it, then it comes and intrudes on the other person's leg room. And it doesn't seem like much, but when you go on a long trip, or even more than a half hour, you're probably gonna feel quite uncomfortable. The other thing with the middle seat is you can even see it. This portion sticks out. It's not in line with the other seats. So it also makes for an uncomfortable, it's like a convex curve to it. So it actually pushes the person away. It's not very comfortable. So as far as rear seat go on the COROLLA CROSS, if you have 2 people sitting back here, I don't think you're gonna have any problem at all. But once you get that third person, that middle row, that middle seat is very, very uncomfortable, and there's almost no leg room. Put your feet back up on there, please. So when they put the feet up on there, you pretty much gotta like be cramped in there with your legs bent just to get it in there. You can see his feet. It's kind of funny. His feet barely fit in there, so you can't get anyone with over the size 5 shoe in there without them having to spread their legs on both sides.